Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the event safety video for the upcoming Max Adventure race in the Royal National Park this coming weekend. My name is Mark, I'll be your race director, and we're looking forward to welcoming you down to the beautiful Royal National Park for the event. Before we get started, I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional custodians upon whose land we will be meeting and pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. Firstly, just a reminder for all teams, if you haven't had a look and a good read of the event program, please do so before Saturday. It contains a lot of information about the event. Chances are, if you've got a question about the event, it's covered in the event program. So that was sent out to all teams last week and then is also attached to the email that this video was attached to. One of the main things I want to talk about in this video is safety. Firstly, you're all going to be competing in teams of 2. That means you'll have a teammate with you at all times. Therefore, if you get into any difficulty, your first point of call is your teammate. All right, provide your teammate any assistance they might need. Grab the next team that comes along and send them along the course to the next transition area or marshal if needed, so they can then radio into us and we can determine how we can best assist you. If you are a team that comes across another injured team out on course, please stop and provide any assistance that you can. More than happy to give you a credit for any time spent helping out another team out on course, but or a friendly bunch would do that anyway, but those time credits are available. Possibly the most important safety aspect on this course is for when you're crossing roads. Now, for both novice and classic teams, you will be crossing Farnell Avenue twice. All right. Please pay special attention when crossing Farnell Avenue. You will be on your bikes, so I want you to stop, obviously look both ways, make sure it's clear of any traffic before you cross. There will be marshals, traffic controllers at those 2 crossing points. However, they are not there to stop traffic, they are there to stop you. So pay attention to them. They'll obviously inform you if the red mist of racing has descended and you're not fully paying attention. They'll stop you if you're about to ride out in front of any traffic. So stop, make sure the course is clear. If you need to wait for a couple of seconds for a car to go past, it's not going to affect your overall time, but it's much better than the alternative. Obviously you're crossing those roads on your bike. You'll also be riding a number of other sections. When you are on your bike, ride to your ability, okay? There is some steep downhills. There are some trickier technical sections for very short sections on the course. So especially if you're a novice team and you're not too confident on the mountain bike, if you need to stop, get off and walk your bike for a short section of time. You certainly won't be the only team doing it, and it's much better than trying to ride something outside your ability and having an accident, okay? So stopping, getting off, walking through those short technical sections is always a good idea. Also consider your route choices. It might be that there's a fire trail that's nice and easy to ride that you can use to avoid a shorter technical section of single track that might end up actually saving you time. So for you novice teams, there might be some tips that I'll give you on the day about doing just that. There are going to be plenty of other users in the park on the weekend. All right, it's becoming more and more popular, especially with mountain bike riders. Remember, they have as much right to be out on the trails as you do, so show them a proper amount of respect, give them space. If they're quicker than you, step aside and let them pass when they come up from behind you. Alternatively, if you're quicker than them, be polite and kindly ask to come past when you can if you come up behind them on any narrower section of the course. We are going to be holding this event in late November. That means it is going to be warmer than the traditional May, June date for this event in particular. Therefore, you really need to be thinking about how much water you're going to be carrying on the course. We recommend a minimum of 2 litres per person, so that's 4 litres in the team. but you might well need more if you're going to be one of the slower teams. So carrying that extra water so you don't run out is going to be a lot better than trying to save a bit of weight and not carry as much water as you should. A bottle on your bike and a bottle in your pack is not going to be sufficient. You need to carry plenty of water, especially if you're going to be there for 4 or 5 hours. Okay, so make sure your team has plenty of water amongst you. It is warmer weather, which does mean there could be more chance of snakes being out on course. All right, so if you do come across obviously any snakes on course, give them a wide berth, give them plenty of space. They're going to be more scared of you than you are of it. So let it leave of its own accord. It'll move along, and then you can continue on your way. Another important safety thing for this event in particular with the kayaking. You will be using your life jackets and all that sort of stuff that we provide for you, but footwear. You must wear footwear when doing the kayaking. It's for a very simple reason, is that you'll need to get out of the kayak to collect the checkpoints, and when you're getting in and out of the kayaks, there are oysters. And if you've ever seen someone cut their foot open on an oyster, it is really not pretty. So you must wear footwear when using the kayaks, okay? One important note to remember as well, bike drop. So all teams need to drop their bikes off before coming down to the event centre at Audley. So have a look in the event program, there's a Google map attached to it where you drop that off. It's alongside Farnell Avenue on the way into the park. Drop your bikes and equipment, the equipment that you'll take on your bikes, like your helmets and bike shoes, anything like that. Leave those with your bikes before coming down to registration, okay? But remember, anything you leave with your bikes must be taken with you when you leave on your bikes, okay? So don't go leaving additional gear there that's then just going to be left behind that will likely end up lost, okay? So anything you leave with your bikes, take with you when you take your bikes. For those of you that are new to this type of event, we always get a lot of questions about the navigational side of things and how you know where you're going. So when you come along to registration, you'll be given a bag for your team. It's got some race bibs, timing chip, a wristband to attach your timing chip, and also a map, a welcome letter, and a course description, okay? You need to use the map and the course description especially together to understand what you're going to be doing on the course. Too many teams just look at the map while ignoring the course description. Use them in conjunction to work out, oh, we're riding this section through these checkpoints, then we're stopping and running through these checkpoints. All that sort of information, you need the course description as well as the map. The course description also lets you know where in particular each checkpoint will be. So it'll have a description about what you're looking for when you get to the location. So you might navigate to a track junction, and the course description will state that the checkpoint is 5 metres north of the junction. Navigate to the junction, 5 metres north, there's normally a tree or another feature like that that's indicated with some red and white hazard tape. They'll indicate that's where the checkpoint is, at the base of that object, so at the base of the tree normally, that's where the control will be. When you find the control, you've got your timing chip, stick the timing chip in the hole on the control, and it will beep and flash. If it does one, not the other, it's fine. As long as it either beeps or it flashes, you will have collected it. If it does neither, which doesn't happen, but if it does, make a note of it on your course description and come and see us at the end and we can sort that out. But as I said, the controls will be working for you. You'll also see on your map that there will be a number of areas marked in pink. They are out of bounds areas. All right, they are areas we do not want you travelling along for a variety of reasons. Normally it's roads, public residential streets, things like that. Any teams caught in those out of bounds areas will be penalised. So make sure you avoid them. And for you novice teams, I'm going to have a whole bunch more information for you about navigation, what to expect on the course, what to be looking for as you go around the course, but we're going to do that in person on the day. So once you register, about 45 minutes before your race start time, I'll gather all the novice course teams up at the event centre and run you through what you're going to be looking for and really how to go about navigating the course. Unfortunately for you classic course teams, we expect that you know what you're doing, so you don't get that advantage. That's all I've got to go over. Really looking forward to seeing you all on Saturday and hope you have a great event.